Hello everybody, Jared Campbell here with Instructional Technology, and I want to show you how to do thesis formatting with MS Word. Now I'm going to be using MS Word 2016, but this also works in 2010 and 2013 as well. So a couple things I want you to be aware of first, and then we'll go into each of them. The first thing, I'm going to give you 5 helpful tips, all right? 5, count them. All right. The first one is you're going to use a template. I'm going to show you where this is. The template is on the library's website. We're going to get to it in just a moment, so I'll get to that in just a minute. You're going to use, the second thing, you're going to use the pilcrow. The pilcrow is going to show you how or where your formatting marks and everything are in your document. And it's very important. It'll help you figure out what is going wrong with your formatting when you can't see it. Okay. 3, you're going to use styles. I'll show you how to use styles. The template I'm going to show you already has a lot of styles embedded in it, so it's going to work out pretty well. You're going to use section breaks. Section breaks will allow you to turn a page on a normally portrait document. You can have like 1 or 2 pages that are landscape style, so that's good for tables and things like that. And the fifth thing is to use the template. I think I already mentioned that, didn't I? Fifth thing is use the template. Now the template is a very important tool. You're going to want to make sure you use that. So where do you get that? All right, first off, let's go to the web page of the library. Here we are at lib.fit.edu, and it's such a wonderful site, but what we're looking for right now is over here in Research Help. You're going to see where it says Graduate Research Basics. All right, I'm going to go ahead and click on that link. And then once you're here, you will want to go over to graduate writing, which is the rightmost link or tab on this particular page. So graduate writing, click on that, and then you'll see right here at the very top, you're going to see there's templates. So you have a thesis template in MS Word, which is the one we're going to download. But you also notice that, and if you are so inclined, that the thesis template in LaTeX is there as well. Now that is for the more advanced users of LaTeX. I am not discussing that. If you would like to learn more, contact the folks in the library, and I'm sure they will give you all of the information that you would ever want. So thesis template in MS Word, what's one I'm clicking on. It's going to download. You'll see it right there. And I'm going to go ahead and click on that and wake it up and open up Word. And it's great. It has a lot of things already embedded within this particular document. It's going to help you in a bunch of ways. So this is the step 1. I believe it was step 1 and 5, right? Something like this. You're going to use the template. So make sure you use the template. Now, caveat, pay attention to this. All right, you're going to want to, this is to get you in the general ballpark of what your advisor wants from you, okay, for a thesis formatting. Now, each department is a little bit different, and it's up to you to contact your advisor and ask whether or not this is an appropriate template for you, okay? Please, 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 before you get in, all the way up to your neck in these things, you're going to want to make sure you talk to your advisor so that you can make sure you do it right the very first time. That's an important thing I want to let you know, okay? All right, so let's get back. I downloaded the template. Okay, that's the first thing there that we had to do. So I showed you where to get that. Oh, look at this. The template is right there. Is the next thing I'm going to talk about. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this. I'll maximize it and make sure I click this Enable Editing. Okay, safety first, but in this case, Enable Editing. And there it goes. It says I have an update, but I'm not going to worry about it right this moment. All right. Now, I've already got the pilcrow clicked, and that's why you can see all these formatting marks in there. So let me unclick that. So this is what you would normally see. You're going to see this wonderful document with all kinds of information. This template is very, very good here. All right. So what you want to do is I'm going to show you about the styles. Okay, first, the styles are important. Now you're going to probably know that you'll probably be familiar with this bunch of formatting that's up in this area right here. And this is a styles toolbox. Now you'll notice right here there is a little dropout menu that you can click on. I can click on that, and then the styles right there. Now if I take this thing, it's going to have all the styles that are included in this document. I'm going to take it and jam it over to this section of the Word page or Word interface, and it will lock right there on the right, and you will see all of the different styles that are there. Now, styles are very important because styles contain formatting that allow you to get to have particular things in your document formatted with just a click. All right, so it's just a click. And what's more about these styles is that if you use the heading styles that are included in this, your automatic table of contents will pick that up and it will format your table of contents perfectly. So let's go in here and see what I mean. All right, so let's see, we have abstract that's already in here. I can take, let's go to another section right here. This we're going to go to this part of the page. I'm going to go up to the top here and I'm going to write here, okay, I'll just say some interesting screenshots. All right, I'm going to take this, I'm going to select it just by highlighting with my mouse, and I'm going to make this heading 1. Click on that, and you'll notice right there, bam, it looks a little bit different than it did before. Okay, your table of contents is going to pick this up, right? So I'm going to go down here, and I have another screenshot here. And you know what? I'm going to skip that section. I'm going to go right above this little section of text right here. And then I'm going to add something that says information about the footer. Okay. Then I'm going to highlight that. And I'm going to call this one heading 2. Okay. Heading 2 is way up here. For some reason it's a little out of order. So I'm going to click heading 2 here. And you'll notice that that is also formatted now. So that's pretty handy. So I have this one. This is in heading 1 style. You'll see this one down here. This is in heading 2 style. And then now we can go down to our table of contents, which is already in existence here. And I'll show you how to make that in a moment. But if I click on this thing and I click on Update Table, I can go ahead and update my entire table and click OK, and you'll notice that voila, look at this. Some interesting screenshots has its first little set right, because it's heading 1, it's going to be the leftmost justified item in the table of contents, and down below that, heading 2 is going to be just slightly tabbed over, and the table of contents, when we generate that, it picks up these formatting marks that we use from the styles. So heading 1 will give you the leftmost justified item. The next tab over is going to be for the heading 2, and you can see that that's how this table of contents is put together. It picks up that information. It knows to put those items that are formatted in the heading 1 style and heading 2 style. It knows to put them in the perfect formatting that we all love in our table of contents. So that's a very handy thing. Now, a couple more things about the styles here. You'll see there's a number of different things in here. Also, you'll see heading 1, no table of contents. So if you put this highlight in there, table of contents is not going to pick it up. So if you know that's some type of formatting you want in your document, you're going to want to make sure that you use that. But if you do want it into your table of contents, you're going to pick just the standard heading 1 or heading 2. Now, a couple other buttons that are in this styles page right here is there's one called New Style. If I click on New Style, I can go ahead and create my own style. Isn't that nice? Thank you, Microsoft Word. I can give it a name. I can give it all the formatting that I like. I can base it on a particular style. What's nice about this is that I can go ahead and use this style that I've created later in documentation, and it makes things easier. I can give it a particular font. I can give it a particular font size. I can make it bold, italics, underline. I can make it give it a particular color if I like. And then instead of clicking all those little formatting things, I can just select that style that I myself created after I've highlighted over something in Word. Click that style and boom, all of that formatting takes place in one click. Super handy. So that's the button down here that's called New Style. Now in the middle here we have Style Inspector. So I could go ahead and wipe over something. I can click Style Inspector. And the style inspector is going to show me what is the basic formatting for this particular item. All right, so what type of, it's going to tell me what style is there. So this is heading 1, and it's given me some more information about that style. So that's style inspector. All right. Now the last button down here is called manage styles. Okay, so I can click on that, and I can go in and I can look at all of the different formatting for a particular style, and I can make some changes to it and click save. All right. I can import styles here. I can export styles here. It's a particularly handy thing. So that's what manage styles will lead you to. So this is a pretty handy tool. Again, styles will save you a lot of time and a lot of clicking. Keeps your clicking hand ready, right? So you can click on things quicker in the future. All right. So that's all about styles. Let's get back to my PowerPoint so I can know what I'm talking about here. All right. So styles. The template contains styles, and the template contains placeholder text. So I didn't really talk about much about the template, but it is true. There is placeholder text. There's even a formatted abstract in there. You have a thing for your people on your committee to sign. You have your title page, and everything's formatted just the way you like. Of course, you're going to talk to your who? I heard you say it. Your advisor, to make sure everything is right. Make sure you talk to your advisor. All right. But this template's a great place to start because it's going to have a lot of things in here that you're going to use. And your table of contents is already in there. You can also have a list of figures in there. So we'll come back to these things in just a moment. All right. But for now, let's go back to the PowerPoint. All right. So use the template. All right. Number 2, use the pilcrow. It reveals spaces and breaks. Now that is an important thing to know because there's going to be times when you're going, I don't understand why the format in my document is wrong. It's messed up. Something's wrong. And you're going to be outside screaming into the night. So let me show you how to turn that on and off. And I already had done that earlier. But I'm just going to go up to the top here. It doesn't matter where you start. As long as it's on, you can see it through the whole document. But on the home tab in your Word, you're going to go, for the home tab, you're going to go to the paragraph toolbox area right here, and you're going to see this thing that looks like a paragraph symbol. That is the pilcrow. It's going to show you all of the formatting that's going on in your document, where you hit return, where you have spaces, and that sort of thing. So I'm going to click on that, and you'll see all of these things right here, where you can see hard returns, and you can see where there's page breaks, and you can see all of these things. Look, there's a section break right here. You can see, that you can see all of the items that are part of the formatting of your document. So that's a pretty helpful tool when you're a little stuck on what to do. All right, or what you did previously is really what I meant. All right, so it reveals spaces and breaks, and it's going to reveal all kinds of neat things. All right. Oh, we already talked about styles. I jumped the gun. Again, just remember that style toolbar is in the home page, in the home tab right there. You just click that little square with the arrow coming out of it in the bottom right of that toolbar, of that toolbox, and you will be able to see all of the styles that are available to you. All right. So styles, we've talked about this already. When you go into modify style, you can go in there and change the font alignment, line spacing, and you get a summary of the formatting that is in there. But you already know that. What are we talking about here? Oh, look at this. We didn't talk about everything, though, now did we? Let's go back and look at those styles. What do you say? All right, we go back into the styles right here. We can click on some options right here. You can see some different things that are in there, some different style pane options. Let's see. We can go in here to manage styles. Let me pop that one open again. Here we are. We have some recommendation. We can restrict things. We can set some defaults in there. That's pretty helpful. That's there. Let's see. We can go into the style inspector, which is really what I wanted to look at. And we can reveal all the formatting that's going on in there. We can look at a number of different things. It's a pretty helpful tool. So these little options are great for you. Okay. So that's that. Let me go back over here to Word. to PowerPoint. Oh, table of contents. I briefly mentioned the table of contents, and I'll talk about table of figures as well here. So let me go back to my Word document right here. You have the ability to go in. Let me go ahead and delete my table of contents once I figure out where exactly it is. Oh, it's down a little farther here. I will go ahead and delete this table of contents. All right, let's see here. Remove the table of contents. All right, and then it takes me right to the list of figures. So I'm going to go ahead and insert a table of content here. So I go to References. That's one of the tabs in Word. Click on References and insert a table of contents. There it is, table of contents, all the way over there on the left. So I click on table of contents. I'm going to use an automatic table. It's going to build this based upon the styles that I have selected. Again, you want to make sure you use the heading 1 and heading 2 so that you get the proper formatting in your table. It'll automatically put in the numbers for the pages and everything. I click on this. And let's see, where did it go? Oh, there it is, Shazam! So I can click on this and update the table by clicking on it, update the page. I can update the entire table, update the number of pages that are in there. Click OK. There it is. If I don't particularly like this, this one, I can remove it. Let's see what I'm going to put in here. I'm going to insert a page break. So I'm on the next page here. Then I am going to go to References, go to Table of Contents, and I'm going to go ahead and put in a automatic table 2 just to show you that there's a couple of different styles. All right. Pardon me. And there it is. Look how wonderful that is. All right. I can also insert, let me get rid of this page. This page looks a little hinky there. All right. So I can also put in a list of figures. Okay. Let me go ahead and delete this. I'll show you how I did this earlier. All right. Let's see here. Let me get rid of that. Get rid of that. All right, so there we go. I'm going to go ahead and insert in here by going to Insert. I'm going to put another page break so I don't have my table of contents and my table of figures on the same page. I'm going to click on Insert. Then I'm going to go to Page Break. Click on that. Then I'm going to go over to References again. Okay, References is the tab right here in between Layout and Mailing. So I click on References, and I'm going to insert a table of figures. All right, so this is how it's going to look, my table of figures. It looks pretty good for me. I'm taking the formatting straight from the template, so that's good. I click OK. And Shazam, there we are, a table of figures. So in here, I may go in there and add something that says table of figures. And I will go ahead and select over all of that thing and make it heading 1. Shazam! Look at that. Now it knows these table of figures where these items are because these items have already been inserted. So let me show you how I did that. Okay. So I'm going to go over here. Some of these you'll notice, some of these figures that are here already have some information. I can go ahead here and I can delete that. So that information there, I'm going to go here and I'm going to insert a caption. All right, this by going, again, I'm on References. I'm going to go over to the Captions toolbox. I clicked in Insert Caption. I'm going to go Figure 1, and I'm going to say this is Figure 1, Interesting Screenshot 1. All right. Its label is the figure type. Notice I also have the option to make it an equation type, which is pretty helpful, or also a table. I'm going to call this a figure because that's what it is. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and click OK. And there it is. It's formatted directly into it. This formatting, because I inserted this caption just like this, it is going to be picked up by our table of figures. Now I'll update that in a moment. All right. You can see that this one has already been added. And It's the same thing. We captioned it. Okay. And we added it as a figure. Okay. Cancel cancel that. And that is a good thing. Okay, so we can go in and do these things. I can go over here to my table of figures, and let's see, I can update my table just like this. Bam, and you can see that interesting screenshot 1 is in there. Now you're going to say, hey, what about those particular items that are in that particular little, dash that's in there? I'm going to go ahead and copy that, and I'm going to go back up to my figure. Okay, and I'm going to go in here, figure 1. Let's see how that looks. Okay, after where it says figure 1, and I'm going to paste that in there. And that looks good. So I'm going to go scroll back down to my table of figures. All right, click on it and then click on update table. All right, and I'm going to update my entire table and click OK. And shazam, there's that little dash. Doesn't it feel great to be a word gangster here? Yes, it does. All right, so that is my table of figures. I can also put in some other types of tables in here if I like. I can insert. I can go ahead and insert a insert an index item right here. I can add. Let's see. Add this particular. And there's no index entries found, so I can add some different indexed items in here if I wish to. Click that. So let's do that right now. Now this goes a little bit above and beyond what I normally talk about, but you know what? I like you, so we're gonna do it. All right. So I'm gonna click this here, double click the footer thing right here. I'm going to mark this entry, double click the footer. I'm going to click mark that, and I will close that. Let's see, I will go down to, let's see, another section right here. Oh, the acknowledgement right here is optional. I'll go ahead and mark that entry as well. Click mark. And then I can do that and so on and so forth if I like. All right. So now under this thing right here, I can pop in here and insert this table. And let's see what's going on. I have 2 columns in this one. I click OK, and shazam, there it is. I don't necessarily want that just like that. I'm going to update this. Let's see, I'm going to delete this table and I'm going to add it again because I don't want the thing to be columned like that. Okay. So let me update my table. All right, update my table. Where are we? Update my table. Update the entire table. It's still going to give me the business, so let me go ahead and put in here. Oh, some reason I entered in all kinds of 2-columnness, didn't I? Look at that. I sure did. I put in all this 2-column stuff. Let me get out of my 2-columnness by going to layout, clicking on columns, and I'll click on 1. All right, so I clicked on layout, clicked on columns, and I clicked on 1. Boy, that was scary. I thought I just lost my marbles. All right, and so this area right here, I can call this my indexed table, and I will make that a heading number 1. Right there, it popped it into its own page right here, and now I have some information there. I don't know if you really want to have that table in there, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of it. Just saying that you can do it. Okay, it's pretty helpful. All right, let's hit back to my things here. All right, section breaks. Now, section breaks will make your world very easy, but can also complicate things. So pay close attention. We're going to use section breaks to make sure that we know how to, let's just say in our document, we are going to have a table, but the table doesn't fit perfectly as a portrait style. I would like it to be landscape style, but I want the rest of the document to be portrait style. Let me show you how to do that. This also helps with having different numbering systems, like if you want your first section to be numbered with Roman numerals and you want your second section to be like regular numbers. You can certainly do that. Let me show you how it's done. Let me pop back into my document here. All right, and we're going to, I'll start at the top. Now, a couple of things to keep in mind. There are already section breaks in the template. So it's important to know that, because if you start, you can't, it's hard to tell where they are. Well, you know, it's not hard if you know where the things are. So I'm going to double click and the bottom into the footer, okay? Because that's where I'm going to be putting my numbering in the future. But you can see footer section 1. I have footer section 1, header section 2. Ah, look at that. Footer section 2. So now I have some different sections. I have a section 1. I have a section 2. Let's see, do I have any more sections here? Sections 2, sections 2. Looks like I just have the 2 sections right there. All right. Oh, nope. Got a section 3. That's pretty handy. So let's go in here and look at things here. Okay. First of all, on the first page, I'm not going to put any page numbering, so I'm not going to worry about that. But in my footer section down here, I am going to insert some page numbering. Okay, so I'm going to the footer of section 1. Let's see, footer of section 1. Well, footer of section 1, I can go ahead and double click on it. Then I'm going to click on insert. And then from insert, this is up at the top right here in the top tabs, I'm going to go over to page numbering. And I'm going to click on bottom of the page, or mouse over, and then click on plain number 1. All right. So, plain number 1. Wait a minute. It started to number this in some weird format. So let's click on this and see what's going on. All right. I highlighted the numbering at the bottom. I am now on design. You notice it automatically puts me into the design tab here for the footer, header and footer tools. So for the page number, I'm going to click on this little drop-down menu right now, and I am going to format these page numbers. All right. So I am going to, okay, I do like this. I would like it to be Roman numerals, looking good, but I don't want to start it on number 3. I want to start it on number 1. And I click OK. All right. Now you can see I have, starts on Roman numeral 1. Goes Roman numeral 2, Roman numeral 3, you can see all that, Roman 4, and then, okay, so on and so forth. All right, so now that it's going to pick it up just like in a normal way, footer, or section 1 and section 2. If I don't tell it to do anything different, it's just going to keep on with that numbering system. So now that I'm in section 2, and I can see that right here where it says header section 2, I'm going to go down to this particular part of the footer, highlight the numbers that are there. I'm going to go ahead down here. I'm going to click on the page number. This is on the design tab again. I'm going to go down to format page numbers. And right now it's set up as continue from previous section. I don't want to do that. I want to start at, first of all, I need to include the number format that I like. Number format, I'm going to start 1, 2, 3. All right, I'm going to start on 1. Start at 1, I click OK. And look, in this section, I got 1, 2. So let's see, what did it do to this first section? The first section should still be there. Let's look at this. Got the I, Roman numeral I for the second page, and then I start in section 2 on page 1. So that's how you do the formatting of the page area. Now, section breaks are super helpful. Now, I just showed you how sections, the sections that are already in there and that are in the template, and how you can go ahead and change the numbering system. But I didn't show you how to add a different section. All right. Let's just say right here, I want to start a new section. I double-clicked outside of the footer to get me there. Let's say I want to start a new section here, okay, at the bottom of this page. So click here at the very end of the text that I have on that page. Now I'm not in the footer, I'm just in the body of the item or of the document. And I'm going to go into layout. Layout is one of the tabs at the top of Word. Click on layout, I'm going to click on breaks, and I'm going to click on next page. So what that does, it puts a section break right there. You can see the little dot. You know, the little dots that are there. It does add another hard return, so I can go ahead and hit delete, and it will get rid of that hard return, and you'll see that these dots are right there, and that happens to be the page break. All right, so I can scroll a little farther. I mean, section break, I said page break before. Page break looks a little different. It's a section break. And let's see, I'm going to put in a new section break after this table of figures. So I'm going to hit return right there. Go to layout, go back to breaks here, and then click on next page as well. All right, again, it gives me another hard return. I'm going to go ahead and delete that. Actually, I'll delete both of those like that. All right, so I have a section break there on the next page, and I also have a section break going on there. All right, so now let's just say, what do you say? Let's just say that this particular table of, let's see, this dedication, that I wish this to be landscape instead. All right. So what I do is I'm going to click on the section, click on the body of the section that's in between the two section breaks that I put in there. And I'm going to click on orientation here. This is in the layout section in Word. Click on the orientation and I go to landscape. Now look what happened. Only this item that's in that section break is now, that's in between the two section breaks, is now turned landscape. Okay. So as you can see, sections are pretty powerful tools. Section breaks allow you to, if you have one section, you can apply different page numbering to it. Also, if you have pages set off by different section breaks, you can go ahead and turn those pages. You can have the orientation of those pages different. Very, very helpful if you have a data table or maybe some figure that you would like people to turn the page, you know, landscape, so they can see it. But that's how you do it. It's very simple to do. All right, so let's go back to my presentation here. All right, just showed you this. The section breaks are good. All right, section breaks to change the orientation of single page, also for page numbering. Now, caveats here, I've already talked about these things, but I'm going to reiterate them again because it's very important. The template is just a starting point. You are responsible for your document's accuracy, not the template. Telling you right now, okay? The template just gets you in the ballpark, all right? The template is just a starting point. You're gonna wanna make sure you talk to your advisor. You are responsible for using the style required by your advisor. Please, 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 please do that first. It will save you a lot of time, okay? A lot of time, a lot of effort. So use that. This is just, you know, most of the colleges will allow you to use the library's template. However, some don't. So make sure you know. All right. Then when you're done, you're going to want to share your work. Now, when you're done with your thesis and everything's all right, it's up to you to share your work so that you can further the understanding of the subject that you're talking about. Now, one place you can do this is by going to the Scholarship Repository of Florida Institute of Technology, by going to repository.lib.fit.edu. This gives you maximum visibility, and so people can actually reference your document when they're writing their thesis, right? You remember all the research that you've done in the past where you use somebody else's document? Well, now they can use yours. So further the body of work, it makes you feel good. Also, it's indexed by Google Scholar. You'll get fame, maybe not fortune, but you'll certainly get fame. Anyone can access and read it. You can include multimedia if you have multimedia that's part of your document, and you can choose a Creative Commons license. If you're not sure about what Creative Commons licensing is, I would suggest that you go to the library, the Evans Library, and ask for somebody to help you with Creative Commons licensing. It's a very good thing to do. It will further the body of work that is available to people when they're doing research on your particular topic, and you will now be considered an expert, and everyone will quote you, and that means that you'll, you know, I don't know, hit a brass ring somewhere. I'm not sure. Ring, ding, ding, a bell, I meant. All right, you can also add your thesis to the to this particular page right here at etd.lib.fit.edu. You want to make sure that this acknowledges the Office of Graduate Programs. You're going to have to create an account, and you can submit a PDF here, not a Word document. Okay, so put that there. That way you can keep track of all of these things. It's nice. All right. RefWorks. Now, RefWorks is something that you can download. It's a citation managing tool. Some people use other ones. RefWorks happens to be available to you. You're going to find the link at lib.fit.edu. It's going to be on the left side of that page. You'll see something about RefWorks. You do have to create an account there. Once you create an account, you can go ahead and store your things in the stuff that you've researched, your bibliographical items, your citations. You'll be able to pull them up really quick. They have foldering tools there. RefWorks is a powerful tool. If you're not using any type of citation manager, okay, and I'm not talking about just going into Word and typing in, bibliographical information. I'm talking about using a tool that's actually going to keep track of all that stuff for you. Very handy tool. This is web-based so that you can access this later. Also, they do have a plugin tool for Word, which allows you to create your works cited page just like that. Very, very quick. Highly recommended. You should go in there and try that. Okay. Another item that is another tool that you have on campus is the Writer's Den. This is located currently in Crawford 311A and in the library, Evans Library 309. You can see there's a link right there. You can sign up and you can get help to have other people look at your writing. Now, I think the measure of a person is one of the measures of people that are out there is having the ability to withstand somebody editing your own work. Okay. That is a measure of a person, and please allow people to read your stuff and look at it and make creative commentary on your work. It will make you a better writer. The Writer's Den is an excellent place. We have a lot of people that are international students where their primary language is not English, and that's what they're writing their documents in. This is a great way to get an extra set of eyes on your document and help yourself. Work smart, not hard. That's a good tip right there. There are some resources here, the libguys.lib.fit.edu. You can go to the Graduate Research Workshop there. This is where one of the links I showed you right at the beginning of this. And you can find the thesis manual and style at the library's webpage as well. The ASC, the Academic Support Center, that will give you some tools. That is located just next to P133 that's out front of the Evans Library. You're going to be on the north side for that. And also the Writer's Den in the Communications Department. They will help you in countless ways to make sure your writing is on point and help you put out the quality that you're looking for. All right. Now, finally, if you have any questions, there are all of the people here for different subjects that are available to help. All right, these particular folks are here to help you. Let's see. There are a number of folks here. Please pick your particular subject and go and speak to the appropriate person at the library. They are the most helpful people on the planet. I love the Evans Library, and I hope you use them for all of your research needs. All right. So with that, I'm going to close out. I'm Jared Campbell on behalf of Instructional Technology and the Evans Library, the wonderful people at the Evans Library. I would like to say that this has been a presentation on formatting your thesis in Word. Thank you very much.